So we've recently had a client come in and they're looking for some retirement planning advice. Now they have an investment property that's performed very well over the years. It had a really reliable tenant who's just left and they're thinking about re-tenanting it, but they may well be much better off selling it, putting the money somewhere else and taking a higher income retirement. Let me show you why. So this particular couple, they're age 67, they're homeowners. Now they've been self-employed all their lives, so they just haven't built up any superannuation at all, but they did build up a bit of a business. They did invest in property a little bit, and what they've ended up with after selling the property is they've got an $800,000 investment property. They own their home outright as well, no debt, but what's prompted the discussion is that they've just lost a really reliable long-term tenant, and they're considering, should we re-tenant the place, or should we just sell the place and reutilize the funds from that to support ourselves? The first thing we looked at said, well, you know, if you keep it, you're going to get about $17,450 in age pension per annum. And if you rent it out, the agent said you're going to get about a 3.7% rental yield. Sure, but after you consider property costs, taxes, rates, all that sort of thing you got to do with investment properties these days, you know, the accountant said you're only going to get about $20,000 net rental income per annum after all that, and certainly that's supported by historical financials, so it's just not enough. $37,450 per annum net retirement income. So we are talking with them about an option B where they do sell the property, and yes, that means they're going to lose about $70,000 in transactional costs, in capital gains tax, agents fees, that sort of thing, and that's supported by the accountants. We know it's accurate. So they're going to be able to then have $730,000 left over that they could get into super straight away through non-concessional contribution strategies in this year. And that would actually increase their age pension because they've reduced their assets base to $22,919 per annum. Now, if they then draw 7% per annum out of their super as an account-based pension, that's another $51,000, increasing their total income to $73,919 per annum. And yes, of course, some people are going to say, yeah, the property will go up in value. Sure, it will. But, you know, most major industry funds with their default funds have returned 8 or 9% per annum as well. That's about what Australian property does in the long run. The difference with the superannuation is that you have spread your eggs across multiple baskets, so it's not all concentrated like it would be in one property. So it's a little less riskier there. But also with super, you can access an extra 5 or 10 grand if you need to by just selling down a little bit. Whereas with property, if you needed a bit of emergency funding, you'd need to sell the whole damn thing. So I think it's a no-brainer. Option B for me, but what do you think? Is there an argument for option A? I can't think of one.